Hello, good people of the interwebs. Sorry I'm a little bit late. There was tiny humans that got up. Is anyone actually there? It says there's people here. Oh, shorting up. Go away. Now, right now. Come on. Anyone here? I'll be back in 1 second. I think that's a tiny human again. So I'll dive in at about 5-6 past. Give people a few minutes to trickle in, and I'll be right back. See you then. Bye. Hello, people. Hello. Hello. Okay, there was also some tests in there. What? I hope they didn't screw with it. Somehow switched over to latency. Right, it's 5 past. I don't think anyone's coming again. Anyway, we're gonna be going on my hype train for helmet. Nah. So we're usually I like Celestine. I have only changed. I got rid of the vampire, like the blood suck uppy thing, and I replaced it with Armor of Frost because she is going to be our tank basically, and I dropped a bit of my strength to put into intelligence. So we're basically just going to be like a healer, tank, pally sort of deal. Using our armor to get through to try and shrug off most damage. I also got Mystic and Scholar, so I think those are good things to go with a priest. And I went with Cello because cellos are awesome. Alright, I haven't played this game in ages. It's probably going to screw up a fair bit.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Yeah, bitch.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So, it wasn't a dream after all.
We'll just do a quick tour.
An animal sty. Freight or food?
Also, the most important thing you can do early in the game is get a bucket and wear it. Because you need buckets. You need that headgear. Not equipable. Since when? Why is it not equipable? And just like in every good RPG, the first thing you need to do is steal absolutely everything that's not frickin' nailed down.
You there. Come here. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while.
Why are
Your
you
guess
here?
is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure panda set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
Wait. Do we need... I need Where's that dagger? The whole point of doing this thing is to get the dagger, really.
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
Is my shift over? You here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face. Clever story. I almost... I should have known there'd be trouble.
No. Just stab him.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. I suspect I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lass. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Wait. No. No, Schrodinger. Come on. No, no. For those of you who don't know, Schrodinger is my cat. We got no. Can we just stab?
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
Yeah. I don't know if they're strange forces so much as just generalized weirdness. have a nice shirt. That's a bit nicer. Attack. That is how you get around various things in the game. Oh, it's also worth carrying a barrel. They are pretty damn useful. I mean, not so much the oil barrels for this character, because we're going to be doing mostly like ice magey stuff, so fire's actually going to get in our way a lot of the time. Oh, they did actually poison me. And that's a little tutorial bit.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Wait. I thought I changed my name, my voice to the Irish one. Damn it. Alright. Again, continuing the trend. Steal everything that's not nailed down. Especially like this gold cup.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Oh, fuck you in the ass.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those sauce spells of yours? See what happens. Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. Promise.
I am not your poodle
neat
pony.
Little lamb. Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, though it does look darling on you. So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast sauce. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting the back of one hand on your forehead and taking your pulse with the other.
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy.
I mean, when is a cup of mulled wine and a night's sleep ever bad?
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man. Small ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwoken followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of...
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Maybe I can.
Not with that collar on you, Aunt. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Bring me a good lead.
I ain't
Not
a
a woman
snitch.
of principle. I get it. Wonder how you'll feel when whoever did this does it again. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Is there shit to steal in here?
Sing us a song, I know you can.
That's enough now.
That's right, I can't talk to animals this time. Also, bedrolls are amazing. Don't remember if you need 4 or you can just get away with using 1.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
I mean,
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
I don't know
She
where your tongue
chuckles
has
once
been.
more.
That red-cheeked refusal tells me more than licking you would. But suit yourself, darling. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Keep those bubbles trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot her to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him.
Ow.
Noticing you, he straightens
Bloody cat
and
scratched
beckons
me.
for you to come closer.
Nothing else I can make, Majesty. Turn it.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck.
Pinches less that way, right?
Sure does.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
How did
Long
you get
story.
here?
Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Please, please, please. That's enough.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh
I don't
face
like
in this
the lizards all
stale
that
hair.
much.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Goodness gracious me, what a bore. Off with you. Quite clearly, you wouldn't have done at all. Shoo.
It was one of them. I know it.
I struggle putting
A
up with
broad
this
dwarf
nonsense.
sits totally upright on the bench. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that? That right? I always knew you'd turn out.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a ghetto to me. Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Never thought you'd end up in prison.
Shit makes us chatty as gulls.
A common sort of sound, isn't it? Where there's talk, there's health. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that. Squeak! Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. Good news.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard.
No, you heard it. What's it supposed to be?
The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot?
Why are you putting
Squeaks
so
whenever
much
the helmsman
emphasis on the
jerks it
H?
clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
He's really good at this. Talk like that about such a magnificent beard.
How dare you classify this slop as food?
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here. Yeah, no indeed, Ghetto. But that
ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, Ghetto.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about swords.
Ah, there you are, wife. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Logical.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
I enjoy
yeah,
those.
Okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You'd presume right. Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Alright. Get some rope. Again, handy thing to carry.
I shall hold my head steady.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult. You have my apologies, human. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
Yeah. They're assholes.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Understanding is all rather relative. Take this book, for example. I understand all of it, and yet none of it makes sense. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Of course I do. Seems Voidwalk can dog your heels like a shadow. That's no way to live, is it? You'll see. We're gonna help you. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Wendigo.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Yep. And we got all blown to fuck.
What's happened?
I don't remember quite so much gore being around. Empty cup. Pumpkin syrup. Ham. I mean, I know I'm not a gourmand, but physical? Alright. Yeah, sorry I haven't been talking that much. I mean, I feel like we're, I'll be talking more as things progress, but for the opening part of it, I just kind of just shut up and let the story unfold. Pick lock. Okay, screw smashing our way through that. They're really selective about what got turned into goo. Yeah, just back to my usual plan of everything. Are you nailed down now? Are you nailed down? No, you're mine then. I want all the things. That's fine. I kind of forget what I'm supposed to be doing, being perfectly honest. Just go back down here and raid the bodies that I can. Ooh, I got pants. Yeah, always save bits of flesh as well. So,
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
alright. We have to go... right the way down here. Alright, now remember combat starts here. 2 hours and 52 minutes. I don't really think I've been going that long, but okay.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
They'll be like that, puppy. Skull marked key.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly used the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. I believe you did, although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools. and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day,
come on.
but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather
Yep,
terrible
no, come
death, so...
Ow, ow, ow.
The skeleton shrugs and returns to his book.
I suppose we just have to... Whatever has everyone been up to? It's somewhat disheartening, again, to be here by myself.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick!
It's not a wreck yet. Jeez, calm down. I believe this room has death fog in it.
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. The moment you touch the door, it doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow cloud.
Death fog! I need to get out of here now!
No, it doesn't do anything. It's very weird effect. Kind of trippy. Ah, come on. Could have sworn I had
Thank the gods! By divine grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't
come
blink,
on.
frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Sorcerer mutiny!
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blade.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. Rix looks to his companion, who then looks to you. They drop their hands to their side.
Go on then. Find a place to hide and...
Don't be stupid.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Look, guys, no one...
Bishop Alexander. If Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
Like... I mean, no. I really need a destroyed painting anyway. much to carry. I may have to ditch my barrel. If we get... Where is my barrel? Combine with... Bottle of wine. Small bottle of poison. Do I not have empty bottles? Aha! Ripped painting. Forgery of a painting. That might be worth something.
Oh, I need to get off this ship. Ow! Ow. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing. Your shield's up? Whew. Oh, I probably should have used the fireball spell. Well, now I have a fireball scroll for later.
Damn, we can slowly make our way up here. Where are more of these void bugs?
A lifeboat! That means there's still a chance.
Climb up there and jiggle the rope.
What if I fall? You do it.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Yeah, but...
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a boat. Wait! Voidwoken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
Well, these are like...
I'll yield to none.
bugs. So...
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph salute you.
I've faced worse.
Excuse me. I mean, this is significantly easier than I remember it being.
No telling where there might be more. We need to move.
They smell even worse dead than alive. Let's head above decks for some air.
Let's not tarry. This old pub is about to burst.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
It's ripping the ship apart! This is it.
Magic squid! Fucking hell, this does take a while, doesn't it?
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Yeah, I figured seeing as I'm doing the whole cleric paladin thing.
Honorable Dallas,
I've
we
got
lost
to
a ship sailing
be
sorcerer prisoners.
painfully
to Fort Joy.
noble.
We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
His signature looks like fish fudge. And now you'll never be able to not see that.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
Hello, tiny human.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why?
Wow.
But
The top one
are you a
doesn't
sorcerer?
feel right.
One of those guys that brings the bad void things here.
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside. But you didn't die.
Yeah.
There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
I feel like that is very true for the children of nowadays. It's just scary all the damn time. Take some wood chips. I don't know what they're going to be useful for, but...
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
Nope, their shield's up.
I know you.
Wait, I don't remember the bug speaking. May have been an unwise fight to pick. Although if I can get one down... should be able to because that only does mage armor. I need some offensive magic. At least the physical resistors.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
We may need to get some,
Drowned and eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
Must you be so morbid? Because, yeah, I changed her. I thought I changed her to the Irish accent. I mean, can we just sort by type? These do have interesting information in them, and I would strongly recommend reading them through your own playthroughs. But I don't like. I mean, I'm sitting here not really talking and just letting them do the story. But people to converse with would have been nice. Yeep yeep. So I might use the
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady,
as a secondary
stare. His skin is of a bright blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Like, yeah.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Well, yeah.
Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
I'm going to pretend.
Oh, may the seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
Spouse of the sun.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Yeah.
Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept.
I don't know. I don't know if I want him or Beast.
On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include your majesty. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my... Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go.
So, what exactly did that give us? Strength, constitution. It's got warfare and geomancer. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
Stuffy old boat ever again.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Why are there so many unsupervised children walking around here?
1, 2... Hey lady, it's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
I
never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Never.
There you go, little one. Beast has got to be down here somewhere, right?
Lest the void overtake and devour us all.
interested in walking into an execution right now. Which, if I recall correctly, is what is up there. Something here.
I've spotted something. One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
I wonder where this leads.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation.
Ew.
That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. Why, its face, of course. What other use would I have for some rotting corpse? A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Carved? Please. You hardly think I am one of your breed, do you? You have never seen anything like it because you have never met anyone like me. Simply put, I am an eternal, and you are not. You have my sympathies. Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. My people are rather absent. At least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers. I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful. Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things.
How would I notice that? You're not doing anything.
Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours? I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on? Splendid. Very well. Let's be off.
I actually, I believe the cowl hides his face. So we don't have to worry about it just a second. And keep wandering around the beach for a little bit. for days. There's some crocodiles. Yes, crocodiles. With teleportation boots that you can use to get up there. Because, fuck it, why not? I think we've got to go to the...
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Yeah.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his own
Oh yeah,
son,
definitely. If you're
and
even slightly interested. Oh, it's hi person. Hello. Ribicals? Yeah, if you if you enjoyed Neverwinter or any of those kind of games, this is an amazing spiritual successor to them. It's got a huge amount of content, and they just keep adding more to it. It's yeah, Larian's a really good studio. If you like classic RPGs that are really heavily story driven.
The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
I believe it's, hang on. So, what kind of games are you into? And I can probably recommend it based on those, yes or no. Get a bit more hydrosurface. And some more bartering. No.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
You're playing Pillars of Eternity. You're right, man. I'm just happy to have someone actually here talking to me. Oh, yeah. Australia. Whereabouts in Spain? Oh, you don't have to answer that, actually. But I've been to Madrid. It was gorgeous.
Where is he?
I want probably Aether Surge. Yeah, it's not. It's a bit more thinky than Pillars of Eternity, I think. It really rewards thinking your way through different situations rather than pure skill, but I'm not super familiar with Pillars of Eternity, so I don't know how helpful that's going to be. So yeah, I would just go, if you really, really like the older style, like BioWare pre-EA sort of story-driven narrative stuff, you'll love this. Put you in polymorph. Oh. Yeah, it's very similar to Dragon Age. The first one, I don't really. Yeah, it's a little bit like the second one as well, but yeah, it's all turn-based. Very, very tactical. Like, even more so than Dragon Age was.
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or a brisket, toll's the same.
You, help me teach this beast. He must respect. If not, he comes for you next.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
The intense-looking man stands beside you against the thugs, shooting you an appraising glance. Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Alright, I really hope you enjoy it. Is it my only suggestion? Don't do undead.
You ain't worth the sweat on my brow anyhow.
They're really powerful, but for your first playthrough, they're a giant pain in the ass.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Yeah, it's the yeah. It turns out walking around as a skeleton amongst normal people, they tend to freak the hell out. Who knew, huh?
A little reprieve from the din outside.
You can't get me!
This one.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
I don't really understand why this whole anti-elf thing came up. Happy to help.
In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives the bread has the power. It gives me great pain. I'm with my family.
We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. I am taken. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs, I can stand, but I fear the Magisters.
Yeah.
Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion than this. Thank you.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
A tormented soul. Why the hell would I want that? We'll probably get some pants.
I magicked you, you're dead!
Accept.
I know they have.
Sheila. Ruler. Just gonna go out and go back to the... Yeah, I want Beast. Go Beast for our melee.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. Ah, your tongue is not my tongue. Elves speak of here and now, not then and when. These words strike us strangely. Start from the beginning. Start from where you come.
Oh, hang on, that's my son. I'll be back as quickly as possible, if people are still here. And I'm back.
I see, I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find. I understand.
Make amends.
Now tell me how your story ends.
Find something
you
we've
want
lost.
reunion. Life is lonesome. Yes, life is lonesome. The thing you love is gone. I have something for you, my friend. A gift. We can see the things we lose, not with our eyes, but with our hearts. This ruby does the trick. It is nothing. Many fragments swirl on my shore. See what I gather.
Pretty expensive though. Just sell off this stuff. Probably just go for the gold. Beast has to be up here somewhere.
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
Okie dokie.
Not an attempt, mate. Not if I can bloody help it. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance. It's stabbing time.
Didn't get rid of the blinded. That's okay. That's... You cannot hear... See, this is what I'm talking about with the pain in the ass. I can't heal the undead guy. We'll delay my turn. I'll back up slightly. Nah. Should be somewhere here. Alright, fire breath it is. That's the only problem with this. Is that really can't get through his armor. Yeah, just come and bash him. No flanking for you, my friend. Red print, he needs a heal. Got the throw dust thing again.
Damn nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Alright. I mean, he's fun to have around, though.
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat. Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Ooh. This is actually pretty nice. It's, what do you say? 7 well in the past, blah, 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 blah. Your weight in gold. I'll take that. Should probably put on the armor as well. I'm gonna nick your bag.
Say he likes it thick and long. Combs it out all dilly-eyed. Say he likes it big and strong. Combs it out all dilly-eyed. He twists and rubs and tweaks the
Got
nuts.
the resurrection scrolls.
Like all the blokes. He say he'll touch it all day long. Combs it out all dilly-eyed. Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Ah! Eh? Oh, that. That won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is rewarded tenfold in the hall, you know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to.
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together, before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something. Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose, and the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble. No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. It were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap.
Yeah.
Couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment.
Yep.
Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. May have been cast out, but you can bet your last heel of breed she wishes she hadn't have. I've taken my revenge 1,000-fold on that tyrant's fleet.
See, I can't turn down a rogue of this nature.
I'll tell you when you're older. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us. Let's get down to brass tacks. Fight. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. I've more muscle in an inch than most have got in a mile. What do you have in mind?
For an executioner. Fighter. Look what so a fighter doesn't enjoys pummeling enemies. Dark art. So now I want more geomancy. It doesn't hurt to have a bit of oh, what's it called? Thingo in there as well. Necromancy.
Then it's settled. Capital. Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon. And I suppose you do too.
So what you telekinesis, sneaking, warfare, necro. So strength, intelligence.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, its eyes clear, and it shakes it.
I thought you could talk to animals. Oh no, 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 no. Fuck that right now.
She's much better off.
Leave it, Sam.
I won't say it again. Come on, Jay.
You there? You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. I only need one. In that case, listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards and I'm running out of time. Fast. Too fast. Way too fast. I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. Some folks say they get cured. I don't know if I believe it.
I mean...
And I don't want to wait and find out.
If someone was genuinely cured, wouldn't they come back and show the miracle?
And I need a partner. Are you interested? Believe whatever you want. This may be your only chance at leaving this place. Take it or don't. Had a girl. Who wouldn't? Finally, someone with a little sense around here. The plan's simple. Completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to teleport you right out of here. I can't use it on myself, but with your help, we can both get out of here. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. This item, though, it's in quite an unfortunate location. What? You think I'm being lazy? No, this is sheer pragmatism. I already tried to retrieve the item, but I don't have the necessary skills. You see, I need someone who can handle themselves in a scrap. The item's within a crocodilian nest on a beach nearby. I'll mark the position for you. Not enough to trouble a fine specimen such as yourself. Get that artifact, and you and I are as good as free. Go give those overgrown lizards what for.
Not now.
Well, there's Los.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Here's the goods. Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were...
She's also good value. It's really...
You.
It's hard
Glad to see you made it.
to make your choices.
Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable?
No, not like that, you dirty bastards.
Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right?
That's 'cause you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted.
Looks can
Ain't
be
that just the
deceiving.
truth? So, how are you enjoying the joy? So true. And you can stay as long as your heart desires, free of charge. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be? Sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Hey, wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Maybe another time, when you're a bit more on the lonely side. Till then.
Yeah, I want the elf chick anyway. Nope. Stay away from the disease lady. Not dealing with that right now.
Like you wanted.
Take your coin then.
What were you thinking, messing with Griff's brutes anyhow? Ah, the Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh? School of Hard Knocks, University of Life, Academy of this and that. I have the talent for it, and whenever I found someone with skill, I asked them to teach me.
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
I knew I saw some talent in you. Go ahead and combine the mushroom with the vial. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again. Dane's as stubborn as an old steer. Says he don't believe in alchemy and won't accept a potion from me or anyone else. But Jackanapes would rather die than drink something that ain't at least 30 proof. Still, my job ain't to judge, but to heal. Or if that fails, to comfort. Seems that's all I can do for old business, Safi. Don't be profane. This is people's help.
You think you're so fancy with your flashy abracadadoodle, don't you? Fat, who needs you? Ah, I caught a blow too many from those card-playing fatheads up on the ramparts. I got myself a golden ticket. I didn't even get the chance to use it. Why don't you take it? If they offer you a round of cards, this one guarantees you a win. It's called the Sparkler. Whoever's got it gets the pot. Filched it from that hog Griff himself. Careful though. If you ain't as skilled a fighter as me, you'll end up on Dr. Lest's table with the rest of the lilies.
I haven't actually done that before.
Medicine. Right there. All you need's a strong constitution. God will take care of the rest.
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Your kind I handle, but small ones.
An elf lives forever. If she stays away from spears and fire, she has no need for slimy, sticky, small ones.
Oh, yes.
I got you! You can't get me!
Lordy. Let's try the
You are in the wrong place, Pinky. Fear? Pity, perhaps. A blind wolf may lead the pack, but sooner or later they will all starve. Never mind. If you need to suit up, I can offer you a fair price. If not, I would thank you to move on.
The soldier tightens his grip on his spear and looks past you.
You, the Red Demon, the exiled pig. I'd heard they'd sent you here, but I'd hoped you'd have drowned yourself before crossing my path. Bow before pigs and you'll be stained with mud. I do not bow before pigs.
Okay.
State your business. Do stop gaping. Anything can be procured inside these walls. That's for you to decide.
Yeah, I should have gotten a warfare thingy.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Excuse me. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna need those for fame. Alright. We might do that later.
Medicine? What a shame. All you need's a strong constitution.
There she is.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll, or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, so I can decide your fate here and now. But you did, and now the tables have turned. You look quite startled to me.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. a curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Because it is my desire to question him intensely. As for the reason,
That is a brand.
you're staring at it. You see, once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here, to Fort Joy. I intend to raise the subject with him.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape? How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided dears around here would argue such a thing is impossible. Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play?
I'm
As a
gonna
rogue,
be.
my speciality is
Unfortunately,
stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. My
really
grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy.
wayfarer,
Go on, give me the
metamorph.
details.
Strike from a distance with a bow or a crossbow. Ranger.
Suits me fine. Lead on, or better yet, let me take the lead. Then follow me. But wait, you...
Alright.
Yes. Is it an audience you desire?
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Your loss.
What took you so long? I'm ready.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side. For the moment.
So, yep. I'm gonna have you use a bow because the -1 movement for crossbows is actually just fucking horrible. So, summoning. And you got Geomancer too? Jesus Christ. Lawmaster. What do you have? Telekinesis. You're a Lawmaster. Lucky Charm. You're gonna be sneaking and stealing shit. Ah, she can talk to animals. Alright. So this will be my little team. And, I should go to bed. I'm gonna talk to the cat first.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. What?
No, that can't be. I can't... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a little foggy.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you.
Yeah, that's a cat, alright. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this stream, those who stuck through it with it. Yeah, I will come back and play some more, hopefully, with some extra people. Yeah, remember, God loves you just for being you, and I do too. Ciao.